Hey everyone, Garbage here. As you know, I'm making a multiplayer first-person shooter, and recently I caught myself doing something I had never really done before as a game developer. Up to this point, I'd been doing pretty much everything by the seat of my pants without any sort of planning or forethought, especially when it came to things like testing out map designs, where I would just use some prototyping tools to create random maps. And this method is good for making small geometric maps that are good for urban settings, but recently I've been interested in testing out some larger, more outdoorsy maps, and this isn't something you can easily do with the prototyping tools in the game engine I'm using, and so I had to change my approach. Probably the weirdest thing for me was drawing out the entire map in advance. I'm not really a diagram kind of person, but to make my life easier, I went into Paint and drew out an overview of the map, marking out where the buildings and various landmarks would be. After that, I took the diagram into Blender and used the sculpting tools to rough out the geometry of the map before simplifying it for use in the actual game. I'm not worried about aesthetics at this point, but I did decide to add some color to the map just to make it easier to see what's what, and then I threw it into the game. Now keep in mind that we're just testing things out. I can already see there being a few issues with this map in particular, but everything from the aesthetics to the overall design to whether or not this map will even make it into the final game is all up for debate. But it is nice to have something to actually see and interact with in the game because it really helps you understand where the problems are. As far as what game modes there'll be, I'm still thinking about it. I'm sure there will be your usual favorites like a standard deathmatch mode, and I'm also testing out a domination mode like in Call of Duty, where you gain points by controlling objectives on the map, and there's a whole bunch of other game modes I could potentially add. As far as any really new and innovative ideas are concerned, right now I'm more focused on making sure my game runs smoothly and not so much on innovating. But of course, creating something that has never been done before is a good goal to have, so we'll see what happens. By the way, I did want to mention that I now have a second channel for live streaming. This week I'm going to be trying out Hunt Showdown for the very first time. I'll also be playing Doom Eternal and some Apex, and I'll even be diving into some older titles like Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. So if you want to get to know me better and see what I'm really like when I'm just having fun, come hang out with me in one of my live streams. I stream about 4 times a week. Right now it's a small community, but we've got some pretty chill vibes going on, and overall it's been a really enjoyable change of pace for me. So if you're interested, links to my second channel as well as my Twitch channel in the description below. The last thing I worked on was upgrading the hands on my view model so that they actually look like proper hands. The way it works is that each hand has some preset poses for holding various weapons, and then in the game engine I use inverse kinematics to attach the hands to the weapon, which makes it much easier for me to deal with weapon attachments, procedural animations, and making small adjustments on the fly without having to completely redo the poses in Blender. It's still a work in progress, but I'm happy with the results so far, and hopefully we can make things look a little bit more natural in the future. One common question I get about my game is what will it be called and when will it be released? And unfortunately, I don't have an answer for either of those questions right now. The working title for my game is Project G in the game files, and I'm sure some of you will think that's a perfectly good name, but it's not what I had in mind, and so it will definitely be changed by the time the game is done. As far as when the game will be done, again, I can't say for sure. If I try really hard, I might have a functional alpha build ready in about 6 months, but that doesn't mean you personally will be able to try out the game in 6 months. That might take a little bit longer. But when the time comes for open beta testing, believe me, I will let everyone know about it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, bell, links to my Twitter, second channel, and more in the description below. And as always, have a nice day.